Alright, so what's up everybody? And we see what we see, and Hype Beast rejoice. This is a Supreme product. I'm never that excited by it, man. I'm not a skater. Obviously I was, kind of checking for it when the brand first established, like in the 90s. You saw like some things with this box logo. We know that it derived from another artist's work. Why the fascination with the brand? You know what? As a part of skate culture and understanding that, being a San Diego person, I get it. I really do get that skate culture is subversive. It's like undercutting. I played basketball and I did everything that was kind of a traditional mainstream kind of thing. I didn't do counterculture stuff unless you consider, poetry and stuff like that counterculture, but not really. I guess I get it, but this is an Air Max Tailwind, and then you'll see the 4 and then the S for Supreme at the end. The color is black, hyper cobalt and black. The retail price is $190, so you're going to pay a premium for these 12 Tailwinds. Style code is AT3854-001. The UPC is a size 12. The UPC for the size 12 is a women's size 13.5, but the UPC is 191-888-845-828, and there's a 16 at the end. Now, I'm going to open this up because we have these reflective fibers that are in the Tailwind. First off, people don't rock the Tailwind like that, so it's interesting that Supreme would actually sit down and decide to use a Tailwind. But I think what's happening here, there goes your footbed, just to make sure you guys see that. And these reflective fibers that are woven into it almost look like crystals, but they aren't. And there's a number of locations of where the word Supreme shows up on the shoe. You have here at the back, Supreme, and you have that small swoosh. We go around the shoe here on the tongue, Supreme. And I'm just looking at the bottom and these overlays. It was a tradition. It was a running shoe, obviously. I think Tuned Air was 97, 98. So you had the Air Max 98, Air Max 97, 96. 96 was Tuned Air. So 95, 96. But you had 95. There was no Air Max 96. So Tuned Air was 96, I think. Somebody call me on that if I'm wrong. I can't quite remember. There's no stamp. There is a QC sticker right here inside of the box, and it reads QC Pass A-15. I'm picking this up because there's really no change in both shoes. They are made the exact same way. On the aglets, you do have the world famous on the aglets, which is very hard to see on this camera. I won't even try to move it all the way up. But I'm trying to get to something that is probably pretty important here, and that is the paper. Now, I want to make sure I can get this at an angle where you can see the logos. It's really hard to see it, man. They printed these really white on the paper, but there are Nike swoosh and then Supreme box logos. There we go. You can see it a little bit there. And that paper should have those Supreme logos. Now, if you got your pair and you picked them up from like a Nike clearance store, then the paper won't be in the box because they pulled the paper out of the box. Looking to see if there's a stamp on the inside, and there is not a stamp on the inside. It's just that QC sticker, QC Pass A-15, and I'm still holding these in my hand. So I'll get into the 360, and then I'll move these up so you can see these kind of interwoven metallic fabric additions. Some things I know, man, are just not made for me, and I wouldn't even front and try to get around, wearing it. These do not look good to me. So I know you guys that are probably really into Supreme, and you guys that like Tuned Air, you're probably like, yo, those are dope. You don't know what you're talking about. Personally, I keep it as real as possible. The only thing that's intriguing to me is this copper that's around that trim. That copper is actually fresh. I like that. I like that copper around the outside of it. I think maybe the kind of woven metallic pieces that are those, they're not metallic, it's just woven silver fabric. I think it's just a little bit too much for me, man. And you really have to be kind of a different type of dresser to pull these off, man. I would simply wear denim, you know, with this, and I wouldn't dress it up too much, man. And I think you have to do a little bit more to make these pop and stand out. I mean, they stand out on their own, but I'm just not. It's not for me, but it ain't for me though. You know what I'm saying? Everything's not for everybody. But that's it. We'll wrap that up. Production date, because I know somebody wants that production date. It's made in Vietnam. Small code is VT, and then the production date is 08/03/18 to 11/01/18. So you got your production date. That's it. I'm going to wrap this up and move on.